Salve Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "The kingdom of heaven is like a net thrown into the sea, which collects fish of every kind. When it is full, they haul it ashore, and sit down and put what is good into buckets, and what is bad throw it away. Thus it will be at the end of the age. The angels will go out and separate the wicked from the righteous, and throw them into the fiery furnace, where there will be a wailing and gnashing of teeth." "Do you understand these things?" "Yes," they answered. And he replied, "Then every scribe who has been instructed in the kingdom of heaven is like the head of a household who brings from his storeroom both the new and the old." When Jesus finished these parables, he went away from there. The Gospel of the Lord. Today is the feast of Saint Ignatius of Loyola. Through a war injury, he found himself convalescing, and he had been kind of a man of leisure, enjoying the happy life. And while he was convalescing, he asked for material to read because he loved to read stories about knights errant. However, couldn't find any of those books, so somebody brought him books of the saints. So he started reading about the saints, and he started realizing that the books he were reading, they always left them, he was always joyful, but it always left him with some kind of disappointment. When he started reading the saints, he started to have this joy about the saints and how they can instruct us to be filled with joy in the Lord. And so he went on, and he ended up starting a religious order, all this. And the point is that St. Ignatius was about that far from being one of those fish that would have been thrown out if he would have kept going. He was rescued by Christ. And actually, he was rescued because of a serious injury that happened to him. If it wasn't for that, things would have been much different and not in a good way. He became aware of what it was to be spiritually grounded. In our first reading today from the book of Exodus, Moses had to lead his people to be spiritually grounded. And in their case, Moses built the dwelling place, which was really a tabernacle, if you will, because it supported the Ark of the Covenant, and it supported the shelter of the Ten Commandments. These were holy things that connected them to God. And the tent, this dwelling, this tabernacle, the smoke of the incense and the cloud of God residing in there, it made it impossible for people to come in. It was too much for them. But Moses sustained it. We have a tabernacle. We have a tabernacle where the Lord is present. And it's because that we have a tabernacle and the Lord is present, because of that, we can swim with the fish who are good and not be frightened by being caught up in the net, but rather the good fish desire to be caught up in the net of God, while the other fish, not knowing any better, or maybe they do know better, but they go against the stream, or you could say they venture into polluted water in the pond, and they find themselves dead and useless. It doesn't have to be that way. Do you understand these things? That to be in love with Christ, to be looking at Christ for all your answers, even if your answers don't seem proper, but to have trust in the Lord, this is where the good fish come in. And here we are, aren't we? We've swum across the Merrimack River to come here, and we found our home with Christ in the tabernacle. And yet, he will be released from the tabernacle to the altar, to our hands, our tongue, and the fulfillment of our soul, Jesus.
Regina Celi, letare, alleluia, qui aquam meruisti portare, alleluia, resurrexit sicut dixit, alleluia, ora pro nobis Deus,